Equally want to thank the organization, that is the school, has thought it wise to come and engage somebody of our type, even though we are still very, very young in the ministry. So we pray God will grant us the enablement to actually see what we are supposed to see, to note what we're supposed to note. The issue of rebellion, either conflict or whatsoever name we might give to it, we'll realize the fact that is a thing that an organization cannot do away with, simply because the issue of rebellion actually started from heaven when an angel was created more powerfully than the others. As a matter of fact, he was second in command to God. And because of the fact that he was given such responsibilities greater than the rest, then he decided to say, what has this man been doing that I cannot do? I should be able to do. Then pride entered into him. And that was how everything started. Remember the fact that there's nothing you do, either you are doing it for good or you are doing it for bad. Definitely, you must have disciples. So some angels actually ganged up with him to rebel against God. And that was the main reason why he was driven from heaven. And his position, which he had lost, had been given to man. And that was the main reason also where he had to come to the garden to lure man into sin, so that the position could be jeopardized. With an adage which says that if cannot have it, then let's lose it all, let's waste it. So, and that was what actually happened in a human organization. So by and large, we can prevent such from happening. And when such has happened, we don't pray for the death of one another, neither should we go diabolical. Because like I often say, there is no permanent enemy anywhere, and there is no permanent friend. Your friend today will be an enemy against you tomorrow. To read the book of William Shakespeare titled Julius Caesar, he was in a position, then he trusted in one of his men, that's Beatrice. And at the end of it all, Beatrice was the one who led the rebel against him. And invariably, before he was caught and killed, he sighted the face of his friend. And he said, even you, Brutus, that you could do this to me. So like I've said, regardless of the organization, be it a church that will say they called out once, and why the Israelites were leaving Egypt, remember the fact that some hoodlums, some people who were benefiting from what they were gaining, actually left with them. And those were the people who started the problem, even in the wilderness. Likewise, in the Church of God today, we cannot rule out the fact that we can't rule out the fact some people will be empowered by the devil to raise their heads or their ugly heads against the planter or the organizer or the leader of that group. So, peradventure, when such a situation will happen, then there should be an amicable way of settling ourselves. I am an embodiment of experiences As a matter of fact, where we got to today, some people didn't want it at all, based on the fact that, well, to God be the glory, I didn't drive anybody away not to go to school. There was the issue of the fact that because of the fact I was always making some corrections where they would go wrong, rebel against me. As a matter of fact, I was almost pushed out of the system, if not because of the fact that God granted me that patience. And here we are. So it will require patience to put everything back in order, even where we are seeing the issue of conflict here and there. Okay, let me equally tell us this from our body system. The mouth and the tongue, that is the feet and the tongue, they are almost the closest of all the parts that we have. Do they quarrel? Do they fight? But simply because occasionally or accidentally, the teeth will bite the tongue. Will the tongue say, I will no longer be part of the mouth? No, that's not the way to actually handle it. If not, then we may end up where we wouldn't want to end up ourselves. And I pray we will not end up in hellfire in Jesus' name.